For the most part, it's been all Bentley. Szymanski just with that 1 point for the escape as we head to the third.
So they're going to give him an optional start. He talked with his coaches. Coaches told him to give him an optional start. So against 5-2, riding time is all but locked up. So it's essentially a 6-2 lead for LJ.
'16 NCAA qualifier is LJ. Finished fourth place a year ago at the 2016 ACC championship. Rock already told you started at St. Edward, which, you're right, produced a lot of great wrestlers, huh?
They have just an incredible, when I say incredible, a credible record of just All-Americans. And I'm fairly certain it's at least 25 consecutive years. And it looks like they'll probably have All-Americans this year. You have Ty Walls at heavyweight. You have national champion Dean Heil from Oklahoma State. Both St. Ed's guys.
Number 4 seed, team 12 on the season from Duke, Paul Baumgartner. Taking on the number 2 seed, 16 on the season from the University of Virginia, Will.
5-2, 50 seconds remaining. I mean, Szymanski's got to getting busy here, down 3.
Seems like both guys are pretty content to end the match like this. Just as I say that, LJ takes a shot. Now he's got to move him.
Out of bounds at 27 seconds remaining.
LJ's just going to hold on here. Just looks like he's just content with winning by 4 points. And continue to move on. It looks like he's going to go against Jack Mueller from UVA to see if he can get a spot to the Nationals once more as an automatic qualifier.
Great call. Mueller wins it over on mat 1. Your mat 2 coverage shows Bentley winning it for Pitt. So those two will face each other for a third place finish. And that's going to be important, right, with 3 NCAA qualifiers.
It's very important, more so for LJ Bentley, because the body of work that Mueller's done, he should get it at large if he doesn't get an automatic qualifier.
All right, now we move to consolation mat 2. It's Gustafson from Virginia Tech and Lirette from UNC. And remind everybody, if you're just joining us, and most of you know, I bet everybody knows that Virginia Tech Hokies your favorite, and they'll be competing, and they are competing without their longtime head coach Kevin Dresser, resigned just last week to accept the head coaching position at Iowa State. Now, he wrestled at Iowa, but Rock, you told me he grew up just outside of Ames, so he's going home.
That's right. He's going back there. He'll have the support of being close to his family, a great fan base out in Iowa State. But I tell you what, Virginia Tech, they have a program. It wasn't just Kevin Dresser, and he'd be the first one to let you know that it wasn't just all his work. He's been a great leader. But Tony Roby is doing a great job as an interim head coach. He knows the kids. He knows their style of wrestling. He knows what it's like to be at Virginia Tech. So they're doing well. As you can see, they're leading in the standings with the final still to go.
Virginia Tech captured their regular season ACC dual match title. It's third straight. But keep in mind, the ACC regular season winner has won the ACC championship only one time in the last 8 years, and that was Virginia Tech in 2012. I think that's part of the reason why NC State was feeling pretty good. And then, as we said, they left quite a few points on the mat out there in the semis.
They sure did. and you never know what's going to happen in semis. That's why you wrestle. An interesting year with Dennis Gustafson. He won the ACC championships several years ago at Virginia Tech at 133. At the beginning of the year, he wrestled 141, especially I remember starting the year wrestling in 141 at Missouri. And then he got his weight down to 133. So he has a taste of what it is to wrestle on the big stage at the Nationals, and he's just trying to get back in there. Good low single shot, went right to a double.
So it's 3-2 right now with Gustafson leading 2 qualifiers for the NCAA tournament. Any chances for that large here?
I don't know. When I looked at his rankings, it didn't look like he had the rankings to really get an at-large bid, assuming that everything goes as expected. However, he still needs to perform for Virginia Tech to ensure that they have a shot of winning the ACC championships. And right now, he's up 3-2, wrestling well. But as we've seen in the semifinals of our match, you have to wrestle all 7 minutes.
And we're tied at 3. Escape coming from Lirette. Nicholas Lirette, the freshman. Gustafson, you said it, 2013-14, 25-15. He was 4-2 in the ACC. Redshirted the next year. He's 18-7 this year's overall record coming in is 52-29. That is coming into the tournament.
Now they have to be careful here because there's a rule now. Now it's a different scenario, but there's a rule when you have a single that you can't do a back leg trip if you have the leg in a certain direction. But Gustafson switched off and wasn't in any situation where it could be called an illegal hold. So Lirette's from Louisiana. Had a tough semifinal match. A rather tough first round match against Jamal Morris. Was now in the finals. So go against Dom Fories. So let's see if he opens it up. Lirette and Dennis Gustafson.
Lirette 5-12 on his freshman campaign.
Way to chase it. He snapped down and went right after that leg, the right leg for a high crotch. And he didn't stop once he had the leg. He got the leg and kept cutting the corner. And he finally got the takedown. Looks like he has an arm bar, trying to get double arm bars in. And trying to build up the riding time to a minute. And I know people at home are saying, well, why is he wrestling so hard? It doesn't look like he has a shot to go to nationals because the only 2 qualifiers go as automatic qualifiers. All these points make a difference for the team score. Team score, they want to win an ACC championship. No near fall there.
Riding time secured at 1:11 for Gustafson. Doubled up right now on Lirette. Lirette trying to spin out of the hold of Gustafson. And maybe ought to do it. Just needs to get his head from out and under. Can't do it just yet. Gustafson hanging on to the left hip.
It's a reversal there.
There we go.
2-1. Virginia Tech wrestlers generally have heavy hips. When I say heavy hips, they get the hips down on the mat. They want your shoelaces to be flat and hips low. Makes it very difficult for the attacking wrestler to finish when someone has heavy hips, shoelaces on the mat, and stuck in the head.
So right now the score is saying 7-5. They're clarifying the score, though. I think it's 8-4. First real technical glitch with the scoreboard on the far side, Rock.
And that's pretty good if it's the first one. You never know what that does for wrestlers. Some wrestlers, it helps them to catch their breath, to get their mind clear. For some wrestlers, it takes their momentum.
All right, it is 7-5. So, you know what? They had it right. So, good on them. It's 7-5.
Can you get... Wow! That's just hard wrestling.
How about that 2 points right there in the final seconds, Rock?
And Tony Ramos is angry. You can't give up points like that. Freshman mistake, he'll learn. Lirette will learn. You just don't stop wrestling. You never know when guys are working to score. Looks like that tilt again.
So final period here, 9-5 Gustafson. He's got an extra point, really 10-5 with a minute 42 riding time right now and growing. Lirette's still down.
Good tough ride, mat wrestling. Virginia Tech wrestlers are good on the mat. They're good on the mat. They do a lot of sit-outs. And then they keep motion going when they're on top. One side, tight waist, claw, back and forth. Lirette's got to do something. Good mat return. Popped his hips, didn't just use his arms.
So Gustafson looks to move on here with 40 seconds. I think it's Mason over on mat 1. They're still checking it out, though, just to confirm.
Still controlling. There's only short time left. Again, he's not going to try anything foolish. He's got a good 5-point lead with the riding time.
After 30 on that one, no takedown. The final score.
Yep, so Mason does advance over Baumgartner, and he will be in the consolation final at 133, awaiting, I believe, Gustafson from Virginia Tech. As the final 7 seconds, now 5 and 4, and that'll be enough. Plenty of riding time as well. It'll be a 10-5 victory for Gustafson, and he'll face Mason in the 133-pound consolation final.
And that'll be Virginia versus Virginia Tech. Virginia versus Virginia Tech. Lirette's going to have a bright future, a freshman, a couple freshman errors. UNC has a young team. They have a very good coaching staff. They'll be tough in a couple of years.